southwest, they're going to start off as freezing rain like Elizabethtown. And eventually, overnight, Sunday night, we're going to have a kind of a lull, probably from about 1 a.m. to about 5 a.m., where we have light freezing drizzle. And then we turn back over to snow. Let's look at places on 64. So let's look at Lexington, starting off with snow in the morning, transitioning over to a little small period of sleet. Then it goes over sleet, freezing rain, all freezing rain, 6 to midnight. Tomorrow evening is a mess. The 64 corridor to the parkways to 64 tomorrow evening will not be good. It's going to be sleet and freezing rain, a bunch of it. And then you go over to the right, eventually they turn over to snow. You kind of look the theme. Everyone on Monday, late morning and in the afternoon pretty much ends the snow, just about the whole shebang. Okay, this map has oscillated a little bit. I told you it would oscillate a little bit, but my guys have made really good graphics. So let's look at, let's do the easy one first. So the southern tiers, the counties from Logan, Warren, Barron, Metcalfe, Adair, Russell, Clinton, Cumberland, Monroe, Allen, Simpson. You got less than an inch of snow. You're going to start off as a mix of freezing rain, go over to rain, and eventually as snow. You've got the least impacts of the whole county warning area by far. Further to the north of the Cumberland Parkway, up to the BG Parkway, Western Kentucky Parkway, 1 to 3. You got a 3 to 6 inch stripe in the center part. That's E-Town and Hardensburg and Bardstown and Springfield and Harrodsburg and Nicholasville, over to Clark County and Winchester, home of the AL8. And then the north part is the 64 corridor northbound. Further north you go, I think we've had 10 inches of snow, even though we didn't really publicize this, in Madison, Hanover, Clifty Falls for 4 days. So it's been very consistent. If you took a line from Jasper to Paoli Peaks may be busy. I'm not sure you can get there. Salem, Scottsburg, Madison. That's the place that's going to get the big snow, Not to say that places like Louisville, Shelbyville, Frankfort, Lexington are certainly in the edge of the big snows. I would not be surprised to see 6 inches of snow in Louisville and Frankfort. Would not at all. Okay, let's get into the color you don't want to see. All right, Brian Newdorf updated this to really put in the highest ice stuff. So let's go the easiest to the most difficult. Easiest on the ice is down south. So basically south of the Western Kentucky Parkway. So basically south of a line from Hartford to Elizabethtown, over to, let's say, Nicholasville. If you go south of there, 1/10 to 1/4 inch of ice. Okay, but let's look at the really bad stuff. Somewhere this line is going to move. Once again, I'm going to reiterate, but if I had to pick the place that's going to get the worst ice, this is pure freezing rain. This is not sleet. 1/4 to 3/4 inch of ice. And it's been coordinated with all the offices at Paducah and Jackson. And we feel that there's a stripe from basically Hancock, Breckenridge, the north side of Elizabethtown, to Bardstown, Lawrenceburg, Taylorsville, into the Louisville metro, including Shelbyville, Frankfort, Georgetown, Lexington, Nicholasville, Versailles, Winchester, Paris. You're in the bad zone. Ice amounts really will be determined by how much snow we get on the front end, because the more snow, that means less ice, or if you have more ice, you'll have less snow. So they have a direct relation. And we'll talk about flat ice and radial ice here, Mark Richardson, in a minute. So that's all Sunday, late afternoon and evening. Sunday evening is a mess. I think the worst ice is basically 4 p.m. to midnight. Not good. Southern Kentucky to see the wintry mix. Initially, they'll change over. The least ice is up also on the north side. Places north of the Jasper, Salem, Scottsburg, and Madison. Okay. Now, why is the confidence not in the high category? Because we feel that the amount of snow is also going to determine the amount of ice you get. So there's a lot of still factors that have to be determined on the amount of precipitation. We're hoping for more snow. If you want to hope for more snow so we get less ice. Okay, this is a new slide that we put together. A lot of questions came up on the wind. the winds Sunday evening. Let's look at column 3, which is the 6 p.m. You start to see where we're starting to get some 20-mile-per-hour gusts. Elizabethtown, Hartford, Jasper. Then you go overnight. Look at Jasper, 26 miles an hour from the northeast, 26 at Salem. So clearly there's more of a gradient to the north side, southern Indiana. Louisville still gusting 22 from the northeast. Lexington, 21. All right, during the day, look at afternoon, wind gusts in the low 20s and noon to 6 p.m. and then tapering off. So the winds are going to be up a little bit. All right, so that's something to think about. Very cold. This is, of all the forecast, this is really going to be the story. After the storm exits Monday evening, this will be what everyone talks about. Yeah, we got snow. Yeah, we got ice. I hope everyone has power. And then it starts turning cold, especially on Wednesday, Thursday morning. Look at those numbers. Let's look at Thursday morning. Places: Bardstown 7, 4 in Jasper, Madison, Salem. I'll be honest, if I had to put these numbers myself, I would put Salem -2, Madison -2, Jasper -2. So I think we'll be below 0 in that heavy snow band. I really do. The good news is what's been accentuated, you see in that bold column on Friday, you can start to see a trend that we're approaching freezing. Bowling Green, Burkesville, Louisville's going to get up in the mid-20s along with Lexington. And then on Saturday, I still think there's hope that we can get up to 32 degrees. So there's also a chance, before I forget, sport fans, there's also a chance. Ron's got a 30% chance of snow in on Friday. Stay tuned. Let's get through this storm. We have plenty of time, but I at least want to say that. It's not going to be a storm like this, okay? Worst case scenario, there could be some minor accumulations right now. All right. Thursday morning, you look at those wind chills, -5 to +5. Cold temperatures will certainly have an impact. Exposed pipes. My grandmother believed in dripping when it got 5 or below. I'm a pro dripper. I hope you're a dripper too. So Beatles had day dripper. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so the preparation. Today's the day. Gas up the cars, get the flashlights, the extra batteries, the blankets, the bottled water, charge your cell phones. Have everything you can do to get your home and your vehicles is the gas, the scrapers, the toolkits. I'd go to AutoZone and get my windshield wipers replaced. And another thing that I learned a long time ago in Oklahoma, when you have ice, you move your windshield wipers off your car. You extend them out like an airplane, okay? These are just little things from a person that's been doing this far too long. All right, let's go back to a couple of key slides and then we'll get into the questions. Winter storm warning will be in effect from 4 a.m. till Monday evening. And now someone's going to ask me, why has Paducah got that ice storm warning? That was their decision. The definition of an ice storm means only freezing rain. And we feel we're going to get all precipitation types. And I wanted it easier for my guys and also for you. It covers the whole enchilada. If we saw a distinct area that's only ice tomorrow during the day, we would probably update. But I really believe the winter storm warning is going to hold. And we do have the advisory down south, which I want to make clear on that. That advisory is the bottom 2 tiers. So that's Butler, Edmondson, over to Glasgow and Russell and down to the Tennessee state line. You saw Nashville went with that as well. All right, I want to hit another slide. All right, I want to go to these 2 slides. All right, snow once again. We got 3 to 6 inch plus and 6 to 10 inch plus. If I was a betting man somewhere in Jefferson County, Indiana, over to Washington and Orange, you could get close to a foot. Okay, I'm going to say someone will get a foot. All right. What's the bust potential on the snow? If we get more ice, there'll be less snow. If we get more snow, there'll be a little less ice. But I feel the precipitation amounts are not bad, but the orientation of it may need to be changed as we move in time. This is going to be continually updated. I'm going to go to this screen right here. I want to hit the ice one more time. Thank you. Once again, someone's going to get whacked with ice. I hope we get more snow so these numbers are too high. All right. But I really feel that there's going to be a stripe of ice with at least a ½ inch. Still think nothing's really changed on the top end. We had up to 3/4 yesterday, as the worst case, and that continues to be there. The biggest change has been the amount of snow on the front end. I think we're going to get a bunch of snow on the front end. It's going to be a bad Klondike ice cream sandwich. So, all right, I'm going to start at the top of the questions. Brian's been filling things. Let's go to the top if you would. If you have a question, type it in. I'm going to start at the top and go down. I see John's got a comment about the school students. I can't answer what to do about the college kids. I don't know. On the ice accumulation, is that flat ice or radial ice? So actually in the grids, we do the radial ice. We do the radial ice. So Mark, it's a mess. None irrespective, out of every inch, out of an inch of liquid, you get 0.75 to 0.86 of that. Get the door. Thank you.
It's flat.
Flat. I've been corrected. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. All right. How will the temperature affect cleanup from road crews? All right. It's been my experience. They have a window to really clear Monday afternoon and evening. The snow will be tapering off west to east. The real cold temperatures move in late Monday night, past midnight. So the quicker they can get out and do the stuff, that will help them. I think the hardest part for the road department will be late at night on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, when we really get cold, because it's hard to really work when you've got snow and ice on pavement, and then you get really cold temperatures. So that I will let them answer the rest of it. What time do you expect to start? What time?
What are the trends? Oh,
what time do you expect the new slides? They're right there, Chuck. They're up there.
Just a couple of the questions that you guys have been asking. All the new slides have been updated. If you're not seeing them, just hit refresh, hit Alt F5 or Function F5. That should clear and allow you to see them. The PDF is updated all the time, but they are there. Just a couple of things. I know some of the things. I've been watching this as well, working the last couple of ones. There has been a little bit of a southerly shift in that, but again, a lot of this is not so much the path of the storm, but that warm nose we've been talking about. How warm does it get aloft and above us? And as that precipitation falls through in that area above us, that could really determine. Plus, I think it's important to know with snowfall amounts, we have as some of our forecasters put it, we've kind of got a snow or an ice sandwich buffered on snow on either side. So we get a lot of snow in the morning, especially to the north. Louisville points northward. But then when we get freezing rain, it might freeze, but it's going to knock some of those snow amounts down. So final snow depth may not be that 6 to 10 plus because of that loss of it during the rain and the freezing rain period. So it's going to be important to be checking on snow measurements. So just when Monday's all said and done and you say, oh, we only got X, Y, and Z, keep in mind that period where we probably lost some snow during the freezing rain portion.
Okay. What time do you think the roads will start to deteriorate in Louisville? It's going to be ugly late morning. Late morning, okay? What are the trends in the model data? Let me address that, Tim Cron. The models have been keying in on this for 6 days. The track of the low and the warm nose will really determine, we have a couple models that have been much colder, and one has been consistently with the warm layer. And I really feel that this is a very good forecast. Each model run, we're not going to go chase and move this thing left and right, up and down. So how does this compare to the 2009 ice storm, Justin Young? This is not 2009. 2009 was all ice. It was a massive ice storm. This is a bad ice cream sandwich. Can you provide a link to the slides in the chat? He'll do that. It's on the web. I'll let Brian.
The best way to get them, I don't know I don't have that memorized off the head, and I'm not on my computer. But what I can suggest is if you go to weather.gov/Louisville or go to our website, they're in the upper right-hand corner, and I've already typed that in there too. John is going to send that to everybody there. Yeah, they're all listed on our front page. They've been sent out to partners and via the email, but you can go and get them right off our front page as well.
Okay. Will there be a partner briefing tomorrow morning? Unless there's a significant change, I would say no. But we'll see what things look like. If there's a big change, we will do one. Guaranteed. I don't want to sell you a bill of goods. This is not a used car lot with a lemon car, okay? All right, next, Jay Brown. Will heavy snow falling delay the onset of warming aloft? Well, the warm layer is coming no matter what, but I think that's been delayed just a hair, and you're going to have a really good period of 3 to 6 hours of snow initially across north of the parkways. Down south, the freezing rain will start. It just takes time to get up here. Snow delay. Okay, the General Assembly opens. Oh, Tom. Hi, Tom. Opens Tuesday in Frankfurt. Any thoughts on roads? I have no idea. I am not in the road forecasting business nor the power outage business. I would think that the back roads around Franklin County will not be good. Would you show the vehicle tip slide again? Yes, there it is. What would I do? If I was you right now, I'd fill my tank up to the max. I'd have a scraper. I'd have jumper cables. I'd have a flashlight with a battery. I'd have a first aid kit. My parents, I grew up in Western New York. I've seen snow. They always had a blanket and warm clothing in the back seat. Always. My whole life. I inherited their stuff. Anyway, and it never hurts if you're in southern Indiana. I'd have a small shovel in my car if you have to get out. All right, where are we in will thunder? Oh gosh, thunder and lightning. Okay. Yeah, we do have a small chance of elevated thunder. I don't want to see Jim Cantori in town jumping up and down with thunder snow. Could we get a little bit? It's mainly in the evening, so it is possible we could have thunder sleet or something briefly, but I don't think this is a strong atmosphere for thunder snow, although I'm not saying we can't get it. Okay. I don't think I'm emotionally prepared for this, Scott. Well, I'm not either. Maybe we could have a margarita later. The only ice I like is in a margarita. All right. Will there be any snow after this later on in the month? Yeah. Brian wanted me to tell you, if you read the area forecast discussion, that he mentioned 3 of the next 4 weeks are below normal cold. So he wanted me to tell you that. There you go, Ryan. That's for you. Do you anticipate businesses will be closed through Tuesday? You know, if I knew that, I'd make more money on the stock market. I do not know. I do know that there will be a lot of problems for the road departments, and with the temperatures falling, this is going to be very problematic for the road departments and the schools. I do know that. Next, reference ice scraper. Keep that in the house. Car could be completely ice shut. Well, that's true. Have one inside, have one outside. How's that, Alan? Next one, better to have a jumper box than cables. You can jump your own battery. Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you. All right. Is that it? When do you expect the next set of slides on the website? Well, the 2:30 slides are on there right now. I see them. They will update the slides, I would say 9, 10 o'clock tonight.
If we can get them earlier, we will.
Yeah. They want to look. The one thing they want to do is look at the new data from the 0Z's models, as we call them. When that comes in, that gives you an insight. I would say around 10-ish. Okay, we got a couple more questions. Models are all over social media. Oh, good God. I wish the models were not on social media. I was taught a long time ago to take all the data, put it in a concise form, and put a forecast out. Now everyone just shows model data. Is there 1 or 2? No. We look at a lot of data, including what is the soil moisture temperature. You'll never hear these things. There are a lot of things that we look at to put out the best forecast for you. You deserve this. You're paying our salary. We're trying to get it right. Can you explain how this system is occurring? Is it a polar vortex situation or just an odd band to come out of this? Well, the polar vortex has been there since Adam and Eve, and the polar vortex, cold deep low, is coming in behind this thing. It's an amplified pattern, and it's being slingshotted down into the Ohio Valley. And what happens ahead of this is it slingshots. There's a gradient with this low pressure forming. And as the low pressure forms, the warm front will form, and you get with southwesterly winds. When you get southwesterly winds, that's a warm, very warm wind, and it's cold. If you notice outside, we're not that warm today. What's going to happen tonight? Right now, I see no clouds in the sky. That means the temperatures are going to drop around to 20 degrees. So you're in a situation where you're sub-freezing, and it's cold in the ground, and you get warm air aloft, and it's a classic setup for freezing rain and mixed precip and heavy snow on the north side of that. Is that it?
Okay. So far, that's it.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot to cover. We will update this. If the forecast, I make you this promise, if the forecast changes dramatically, we'll do a call in the morning. All right. The slides will be updated every shift. I'm worried about my guys getting home tomorrow night. So we're going to do our best. The one thing you can do, this is my last comment. I've been pleading for this for 20 years. Send in reports. Send in reports through the spotter network, through Slack, through phones, through Morse code. We need reports. That helps us do a better job for you. Randy, if you're on this call, Feltner, we're going to be looking at your road department temperatures. We're going to be looking in Louisville at the Metro Department Works road department temperatures on the vehicles. That helps us. Please, how can we text reports? Go to the
A lot of different ways. If you're on Slack, obviously, please send them that way. You can always send any reports to nws.louisville at noaa.gov. You can find us, send us your reports on X or on Facebook. Those are the best. If you do have our phone number, you can always call that line. But if you want to text it through our social media channels, our website, or excuse me, email are probably the best.
And there's a free app. Now, this is shocking for me, who's very bad with tech, but MPing, capital MPING. You go into MPing. Who got that? Ed Vermillion. God bless you, Ed. Yeah, send in MPing reports. That goes right into our system. We'll get immediate reports. That would be wonderful. Let's hope for the best. Pray for more snow. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day. That is all.